The 2017 Houston Texans schedule has finally arrived. At the top, you can see the preseason games, but I'm not really going to talk about the preseason games. It's only one thing I'm going to say a little further along the video. And before I get started, I just want to say this is not a predictions video. I'm not going to predict the record, because I'm saying this because I've already seen people on Twitter predict the record of teams, and I think that's kind of dumb because we don't know who the teams have drafted, and we don't know what the final rosters are. With that being said, let's dive right into it. Week 1, September 10th, at home we got Jacksonville, and AJ Boye comes back to Houston. He's going to immediately regret leaving Houston, in my opinion. Because, Jacksonville, wants to be there, right? And I think this is our fourth home game in a row to kick off the season. And I want to say it's the 12th out of 16 that we've opened at home to start off the season. I think that's unfair, but that really benefits us. Week 2, we got Cincinnati on Thursday Night Football. We're at Cincinnati. And in my opinion, that's terrible. I hate Thursday Night Football games for many reasons. One of them being they're bad quality games because players do not get enough rest time. Therefore, the games are pretty bad quality. And then players do get hurt. I think it's kind of been proven already. Look at Mr. J.J. Watt last year. Played against New England Thursday Night Football. He broke his back again. I think Thursday Night Football games are absurd. And to make things worse, you put the Bengals and the Texans up against each other, which are two of the worst primetime teams in the NFL. You could go ahead and ask Bengals fans. They'll most likely admit it that they're not a good team on primetime. And us as Texans fans, we have to admit that we're not a very good primetime team. Week 3, we got New England, September 24th. And here is where my issue with the preseason schedule is. We play the Patriots 5 weeks, 5 weeks from when we played them in preseason. Now, I know that preseason is not really to be taken serious, but you're still getting a feel for the team, And the fact that Bill O'Brien and Bill Belichick want to have joint practices kind of really, makes it worse because now you really know the team. And at this point, the Patriots are feeling like a divisional rival that we can't beat. If we make the playoffs, odds are we're going to play the Patriots. So that'd be playing the Patriots in the preseason, the regular season, and in the playoffs. And God, I do not want that. I think we shouldn't have played the Patriots in the preseason. I think that's pretty stupid. But let's keep moving on. October 1st, week 4, we got Tennessee at home, and surprisingly, this might be the first time J.J. Watt faces Marcus Mariota. And I say it might be because we don't know if J.J.'s going to, be healthy. And we don't know if Mariota's going to get hurt during that span. We don't know, but I would like to see Mariota versus J.J. Watt because I do think highly of Mariota. Mariota was a quarterback that I wanted in Houston before he decided to, stay in college, which, in my opinion, whatever. October 8th, week 5, we're at home against Kansas City, and I believe this is a Sunday Night Football game. I don't know why it's not marked on there, but I want to say it's a Sunday Night Football game. I'm pretty sure it's a Sunday Night Football game. And the Kansas City Chiefs are kind of like the Patriots to me now. They're starting to feel like a divisional rival. This is going to be the fourth time we've played them in the past 3 years. You include that horrible playoff game. God, that was terrible. But it should be a good one. We're back at home. Actually, the last 4 games we've played against the Chiefs have been at home, which is quite odd, honestly. And then week 6, we got the Cleveland Browns. I'm not going to overlook any opponent. Cleveland Browns, if they draft Myles Garrett and they draft a good corner at 12, I mean, the Cleveland Browns can actually be a decent team, honestly. I think Hugh Jackson is the right coach for Cleveland. And I think Myles Garrett would be the perfect piece because the Cleveland Browns addressed their own line. I think this year's quarterback class isn't very good, so I don't think the Browns should even touch any of them. Honestly, just build your defense up and get ready to compete with your division. Bye week at week 7, which I do not like at all. I like my bye week being at week 9, 10, or 11. You can't have it too soon, because I mean, you play 6 tough games, and then you go and play 10 tough games. Like, I mean, I'm not saying they're good opponents. I'm just saying, like, every single game is, you're going to have to fight for it, man. Like, I don't believe that any win's going to be easy this year, judging by last year. But, I mean, 10 consecutive weeks of going out there and, giving it your all, I think that's going to tear someone down, Increases risk of injuries. I don't like that. And then we make it to the postseason. Odds are we're not going to have a first round bye. Just throwing that out there, unless something miraculous happens, like Tom Brady and freaking Ben Roethlisberger get hurt or something. But it's not going to happen, if we're being honest. So, I don't like the bye week at all. Week 8, we got Seattle, which is, oh god. Bill O'Brien is known to have a good record after the bye week. Like, he has good bye week adjustments. And to have such a difficult team like Seattle, at Seattle, right after the bye week, I think that could really, mess with your confidence. I think if you go to the bye week and try to fix all your issues, and then come right out the bye week just to get whipped around by someone like the Seahawks, I think that's really going to mess up your confidence. Week 9, Indianapolis, November 5th at Houston. Believe it or not, this is the first time J.J. Watt and Andrew Luck are going to face off since 2014, I want to say. Because in 2015, Luck was hurt, and in 2016, Watt was hurt. So, I mean, it should be a good one. The Texans and Colts always have a good game. Week 10 at LA. Yep, the LA Rams. Should be a good one. Aaron Donald. Wade Phillips is going to have his guys fired up. Should be a good, hard-fought defensive battle. Week 11 should be another good one. I absolutely love Bruce Arians. I love him. He's an excellent head coach. I believe his guys will be ready to play how they always are. Should be a tough game. Lucky for us, it's at home. Now, week 12, we're at Baltimore for Monday Night Football. It feels like it's been a while since we played Baltimore, but it's really only been 2 years. But, God, I have some bad memories of playing Baltimore. Because if you guys do not remember, I think we had like a 5-game losing streak to Baltimore to start off our franchise up until like 2012 when we blew them out here in Houston. And I think we haven't lost ever since then, but we haven't really played much ever since then. We've only played twice since 2012. Wow. It should be a good one. And then December 3rd, week 13, we're at Tennessee. Again, Tennessee's improving. It should be another good one. Week 14, we're at home for San Francisco. And honestly, I said every game was going to be a tough game, but honestly, these Niners, they're just not a team I see us losing to. Week 15, we're at Jacksonville, December 17th. And at this point, I'm already expecting AJ Boye to want out of Jacksonville. Because, I mean, it's Jacksonville, obviously. But honestly, I'm just saying that to be mean to Boye because he obviously was in it for the money. But I honestly do think Jacksonville will have some improvements, and I'll get into that in another video. Now, Christmas Day, we play the Pittsburgh Steelers at home in the afternoon, which should be a really good game in my opinion. Week 17, we got Indianapolis. We're at Indianapolis on New Year's Eve, and again, Texans Colts usually have some good games. Should be a good one. Can't wait. Might even decide the division. I don't know. Anyways, my overall thoughts on the schedule is, honestly, I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. Here, I'm going to tell you why. Look at the final 5 games. They're all in December, right? Now, 3 of them are against our divisional opponents. Right? Yeah, that's not that bad. But they're at their house. Why? Whoever made the schedule is clearly against the Texans, because that makes no sense. It's blasphemous that we have to play at Tennessee, at Jacksonville, at Indianapolis in December. That's retarded, and I mean, what more can you say? I think that does not favor us. Of course, the bye week where it's at, I don't like that at all either. I don't like the fact that we have to play at Seattle right after that. And I don't like the first 6 games. I don't know, I have an eerie feeling about them. But one thing you gotta keep in mind, you could say what teams we're gonna, right off the bat, which teams we're gonna beat and which teams we're gonna lose to. But when you're making your predictions, just looking at the schedule, you have to remember one thing. Every single year, the Texans beat one team that they're not supposed to beat, and they lose one game that they're not supposed to lose. For example, last year, they beat the Kansas City Chiefs. I think the Chiefs were way more talented than us, but we were somehow able to pull that one off. And then we ended up losing to the Chargers, who I think we were more talented than. So, what games will it be this year? You guys decide. Anyways, comment down below your thoughts on the schedule, and make sure to drop a like. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't. I drop a Texans video every Friday and plan on doing so for the foreseeable future. I already have the videos planned out. So, yeah, they're not stopping anytime soon. And, yeah, thank you for watching. Peace.